All right, y'all. We back with another video, man. Y'all already know what's going on, all right? Now, as y'all can tell by the title of this video, today, man, we here to talk about streamers selling their soul. So I got Plaqueboymax on the screen right now. A lot of y'all probably know who this is. A lot of y'all may not know who he is. Yes, he's a pretty big streamer that is kind of like trying to float into the music world as well. This was the cover of a album that he dropped, and I thought it was pretty interesting that they chose this infinity Ouroboros snake biting its own tail for the cover. Y'all know I had to put this on the screen because we just talked about this in our most recent video about the upcoming trailer from the movie Him. So we just talked about what this means right here and what it represents as far as, the cycle of life and death to the occult world. And I just find it odd that they chose this symbol right here for his album cover, right? So if you're wondering why, lately he's been like all over the internet because he just did a stream with the rapper Lil Baby, right? So we know that the industry, as far as these record labels, they are completely infiltrating the streaming world because of how much money there is to be made. And also, it's all about staying relevant. So these artists are sent to link up with these streamers in order to keep their name relevant because basically these streamers are running the game right now. We all know Casanat when it comes to reviewing music. We know Speed. I show Speed. We know Aiden Ross, but two of the biggest names being Casanat and this guy Plaqueboymax right now, they do a lot of stuff that involves the industry, hip hop, music, so a lot of these artists are able to keep their name relevant in a sense, right? And they just infiltrate this streaming world in order to stay on the screens of younger fans. Check this out. Plaqueboymax, he recently signed to Capitol Records, right? And the sub label that he is signed to is by this guy, Zack Bia, who has been a friend of Drake's for a very long time. Now, his come up in Hollywood is very shrouded in mystery. A lot of different stories. The mainstream story is that he worked at some kind of club type of spot that Drake frequented a lot, and he ended up getting a relationship with Drake from DJing at this club or restaurant or whatever it was that was owned by this like mafia guy, right? So he ends up getting close with Drake. Supposedly, I have to blow this picture up. This is the mafia guy that owns the spot. I think it was called like Delilah's or something like that. And so the story is that he was trusted to hang around Drake and, take care of Drake at the events, so on and so on. And he ended up becoming a friend. So I think the guy's fluish. And you know how these fluish folks is in the industry. They take care of their own. They take care of their own. And I just think his come up story is complete bullshit because somehow, some way, he was able to work his way in the doors, and he's like part owner of this label called Field Trip Recordings, and they are under Capitol Records, and you just don't get those kind of connections if you don't know anybody previously. Now, he also graduated from Beverly Hills High School. He graduated from Beverly Hills High School and supposedly made his name in West Hollywood throwing and connecting in the music scene, right? That's what they say. I believe it's one of those, normal nepotism type nepo babies where he had family that was already connected. I mean, you go to Beverly Hills High School, and somehow you just end up in the circles of some of the most influential people in the world. It just doesn't make sense. If y'all were to look up his background, as in Zack Bia, this is the guy who is basically signed Plaqueboymax. He also has Yeet under his label, and we know Yeet. This is him right here to the right. He has become huge. He started off on the underground scene and basically a budding superstar rapper, if you want to say that. It could eventually end up that way for him, right? So this guy, Zack Bia, we had to talk about him because he has recently signed Plaqueboymax, right? Now, y'all know if we're talking about anybody on this channel, somehow, some way, they have dealings with the devil. And a lot of his fans have been accusing him of selling his soul. And, obviously, I mean, he's signed to a label now. He's young. He's 22 years old. He has a hold on very young minds, very influential amongst the streaming world. I mean, this is the type of stuff where if you're not paying attention to these streamers and watching all of this stuff, you'll get lost in it quick. But I'm here to break it down pretty simple and just show y'all a few clips of people, and just show y'all a few clips of him talking about he hasn't sold his soul and his fans always accusing him of selling his soul. Now, we know a lot of these streamers, they humiliate themselves online for fame and money. And in a sense, a lot of them, they don't know they've already sold their soul before they even get to the contracts, before they even allow the industry to come, creep on in and take over their world. They've already sold their soul because of the things that they're willing to do for money and views. They don't even understand it. A lot of people be like, oh, you can't sell your soul. I'm tired of seeing people say that, because God owns your soul. Of course, but you're thinking too deep on it, because you can sell your soul. You can sell your soul just by doing things against your own morale. You know what I'm saying? You can sell your soul by doing things over and over and over that you're not supposed to be doing, going against your own morals. Is basically selling your soul. If you saw somebody, if somebody offered you, which I'm about to play how this clip is gonna tell it. If somebody offered you $5 million to keep your mouth shut and don't say nothing about these rituals that we do behind closed doors, or you can say it and we don't give you the 5 million, you don't be in the industry, but you decide to take the 5 million and don't say nothing, you just sold your soul. It's that simple. People be thinking, oh, someone pulls their soul out their body and gives it to the person. Boom. They be like, oh, you can't sell your soul because God on it. No, you're not pulling your soul out and giving it to somebody. It's all mental. It's all spiritual. Your soul becomes dead. But anyways, y'all, check this out. Check this out real quick. We're going to go over some of these clips, all right?
Chat, I got a question.
Yeah, let me hear something, bro.
Would you take 5 M's, but you have to be quiet? Or be quiet on what you think or believe in? Or not take 5 M's, but you can say what you want to say? Put it down in chat.
Why did you just ask that question? And why did you just pat my shoulder? I'm just asking.
Asking questions, bro.
That's that weird shit.
Like, you can never say what you think, like, ever.
No, but
Bitch ass nigga. First of all, I never took no deal like that.
Not asking you, gang. I'm asking him. It's a hypothetical.
All right, go ahead.
Stop getting mad.
All right, go
What the
ahead.
fuck? All right, like, come on. You can't say what you say ever. Like, it's like a time limit.
no, just
Like a
certain
couple
things,
I'm
bro.
not gonna lie, bro.
Is it like only for a couple years though?
I don't know.
I'm taking out those 5 M's, bro. Realistic.
Are you? I think I would take.
Now, the funny thing about it, when the guy asked him the question, he kept covering his eye. And so, he was hinting at the camera, trying to tell the camera something, that he took that deal. He basically sold his soul to join the industry, get signed to a record label. Because I'm not sure of any other streamers that are actually signed to a music label, but I would think that he's one of the first. And so you could tell that his friends already know he sold his soul. I mean, he asked a good question. That's why I was like, yo, if you take that 5 million to not say anything and, preach what you believe, you sold your soul, right? And his friends does this to him a lot because they already know what's going on. So look, I think we got another clip we're going to check out. And these just a couple of clips to show y'all, why we even doing this video in the first place, right?
All right, 5.
Thank you for that sub, bro.
Did Zack Bia teach you this one?
Nah.
There you go. All right, 5.
Thank you for that sub, bro.
Did Zack Bia teach you this one?
Nah.
There you go.
And y'all can see right here, Y'all can see right here. Let me mute it and keep playing it. He said, did Zack Bia teach you this one? His like whole little theme is like 5-star, right? And he actually has a picture where I couldn't find it though. He has a picture where he's doing the 1-eye pose with the 5 over his hand. And his friend asked him, did Zack Bia teach you this one? Mind you, we just talked about Zack. Zack is full blown industry, full blown. Soul is gone. He is full blown. He's one of the most connected in the industry that nobody knows about. So he's running a lot of things in the background for these artists and underground artists. You know, he's actually doing the movements, you know, making the connections. He's doing things that bigger labels can't do, but he's still attached to the machine, right? This just goes to show you that his friends know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? His friends know what's going on. And I thought this stuff was very interesting because this streaming world, they're really getting infiltrated, you know, and they know it. They know it because a lot of them talk about it. One thing you can't run from is these younger minds, like the fans that watch they streams. I've never watched a stream in my life on Twitch or anything, I'm not gonna lie, but their fans, they know you can't get away from these folks. They know you sold your soul, you know what I'm saying? They know. They just know.
Let me tell y'all something. And I've been thought this. I don't know if will ever say this. I don't know if it's crazy for me saying, but I'm gonna just tell y'all. There's certain shit can't say. For example, there's certain shit Kai can't say because he's Kai. If he wants to keep being Kai. Do you get what I'm saying? For example, his cameraman. If Kai deep down truly felt Chris wasn't wrong, he can't say that if you want to keep being Kai Cenat. The moment he doesn't fire him, you know what I'm saying? It hurts. Brands might want to stop working with him. He might lose opportunities. You know what I'm saying? It's just what comes along with doing this, bro. And is that selling his soul? Nah, I don't think that's selling his soul, really. For example, I'm gonna just keep it all the way real. This is just me keeping a buck. I full-heartedly, transparently, everything I told y'all about Sketch and how, like, when that came out, when I told y'all I don't care and I'm still his friend, I truly mean that 100%. But in a world, say I did it, if I wanted to keep being Plaqueboymax and keep going up with my career, I can't say that. It's just how it is, bro. It's true. Bro, I mean, I'm not a dumb. It's just the real. Me defending him and being his friend, the right thing to do, and that's honestly how I feel because my parents raised me well. But say I was a f***ed up in the head, and I truly believed that what Sketch used to do in the past was a bad thing, or it was such a thing to cancel him over, or like get mad at him, or look at him differently or weirdly. The minute I say that,
See, this is where it gets important at because he just said, do I think, you know, that's selling your soul? He talking about Casanat, he talking about himself not being able to do certain things, being afraid of, you know, brand deals getting canceled, people not wanting to work with you, not being able to be Plaqueboymax is what he said. Mind you, these boys is young. Bro is 22 years old. So, you know, you call these folks still a little wet behind the ears. No matter what they say, they don't truly understand, you know, what's going on spiritually, you know, because you asking yourself these questions and then you also telling yourself an answer, you know, like leaning on your own understanding of what you think is not selling your soul. It's weird. It's like yourself told yourself it is selling your soul, but then you answered yourself and was like, nah, it's not selling your soul. You know what I'm saying? Like they almost don't even know what they saying, but that is exactly what selling a piece of your soul is. If you're not, you know, willing to be you and be afraid that you won't be able to take it to the next level and, you know, your life and in the streaming world or in whatever else you do, it don't got to be about streamers, then you are selling a piece of your soul. You selling a piece of who you are in order to be someone to the people, to the fans, you know, so you can please others. I rather would live and be authentic and create a energy of authenticity than fake it, because being authentic is like having, you know, real love. You know, it's almost like it almost gives off that same vibration that love gives off because it's real. You know what I'm saying? So these people are trading being real, you know, trading their morals and what they stand on, what they was brought up on, in order to give off a facade to their fans. And A lot of these folks don't realize. That's why I say it started a long time ago, bro. Once Speed and all them start, even Casanat, real quick from Max, even Casanat, once they started embarrassing themselves and doing these, zesty rituals, y'all remember this, right? This ain't the first time we talked about these streamers. Y'all remember we talked about this a while back. This was old, but check this out. Y'all remember this, right? This was one of those little zesty rituals that Speed did with this dude, two dudes actually. Check this out, cause Aiden Ross put him on blast.
It's cold in here?
Yeah, it's cold as hell.
Damn, what the fuck is that smell? What the fuck? Yo, bro.
Chill, bro.
It stinks. Oh God, it smells so bad.
Chill, bro. Chill, bro. You tweaking.
What?
Nothing, bro. Hey, pull up some chairs.
Bro, chill. I'm like, come on. You doing some weird
I'm
shit.
chilling, bro.
Weird.
I'm chilling.
What is he?
I'm not even gonna play the whole thing because y'all already know why he's saying it stinks, because they just got done butt plugging her and, well, him, and them two probably was butt plugging each other as well. So that's why he's saying, damn, it stinks. And he eventually says it smells like must. It smelled like booty, basically. Buddy got no socks, no shirt. They both don't have any shirts on. She looks uncomfortable. They were just plugging her, and they were probably plugging each other, because this is what they do. And this was early in Speed's career. He was still pretty young. And Speed might, Speed might be the biggest of them all now. Him and Casanat, they're pretty, they're pretty neck and neck on far as who has the most fame right now, right? So I just had to show y'all that, because this is normal. This is what they do, and it's been going on for years now. Streaming world is just getting bigger and bigger. It's crazy.
Yo, stop. Yo, I'm about to ban that emoji on my shit, bro. How much is y'all finna spam that shit, bro? I don't even look like the type of nigga that sells soul, nigga. The fuck? Never. That's not even the type of nigga I am. Come on, bro. Y'all gotta chill with that shit, boy. And if I did, how would y'all know? So it's no point, bro, because if I did do it, you not gonna know. Stop putting the triangles, bro. Y'all be blowing my shit dead ass. I don't know why niggas keep selling my soul. I'm praying more than I've ever prayed in my life. You feel me? I feel more connected with God ever, and niggas keep saying that I'm selling my soul to Jay-Z. Bro, I have not did it. Bro, I have not met Jay-Z yet, but I'm gonna meet that nigga. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm taking the 500K with Jay-Z. I mean, fuck the 500K. I'm taking the dinner over the 500K.
You won't bring it up so much or get offended at it if you yourself don't know that, you sold your soul. Like, basically, you won't get offended so much. And you remember in that first clip, he instantly got mad when his friend asked him that question about the taking the 5 million for not being able to say what you believe and so on, right? And he tapped him on the shoulder. I mean, you won't respond that way if some of the things that they saying aren't true. But also, just to end the video off, I want to show y'all these two clips of him being zesty. And this just goes to show you what the streamers are willing to do in order for views. And yeah, it may not be such a big deal because, I mean, let's face it, a lot of guy groups, act zesty around each other or say certain things, just to be funny. You know what I'm saying? That's honest. Like, a lot of guy groups have those certain dudes that just always saying gay shit. You know what I'm saying? But this it kind of be on a different level because they're on stream doing it, and they know these type of acts gets them more views, gets them more reaction, and this just another, it's another way of doing anything to get views. I mean, look at it for yourself. Check it out.
Stop with that shit, boy. Stop. Rage. I hate when you do this.
Sorry.
He's about to... Stop with that shit, boy. Stop. Rage.
See that?
Because if you want a burger, eat a burger. If you want a french fry, eat a french fry. The fuck?
That was not there. That was not. That was divine. See that?
Because if you want a burger, eat a burger. If you want a french fry, eat a french fry. The fuck?
That was not.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. He a little too good. He too good. You know? I mean, I got plenty homies that'll, say something that's pause worthy every single day. But he too good. He too good at it. Them hand movements, that neck movement on you gotta know how to do the zesty neck. I don't know how to do that. My neck don't move that way. You know? You gotta know. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that one, y'all. But it goes back to the Aiden Ross speed and prime thing, because it's like, even when they had Charleston. Remember when Charleston White, we did a couple videos on that, and he was exposing, Aiden Ross and all the gay stuff that they do on stream. It's like, this stuff ain't done just in private or just with your homies and y'all joking. It's on stream. You know what I'm saying? It's like humiliation rituals, embarrassing, for the clicks, for the views, done to humiliate you. It could be to a point where they're told to do this, to please that certain crowd. Because we all know, the more you act like you are Zest, the more you do that kind of stuff, the better results you get from the industry as far as climbing up, climbing up them ranks. But yeah, y'all, we'll go ahead and end this one here. We'll be back tomorrow with another video. I think we'll be dropping every day this week. I've been pretty much during the daily uploads this entire month. So we'll be back tomorrow. Got another pretty good video for y'all, man. So with that being said, y'all, it's Black Balloon, and I'm gonna see y'all soon. All right, I'm out of here.